need to show you this view because it's quite sensational. So it's early in the morning because it gets pretty hot here. So just take a moment, sit back on your heels if that's comfortable, or cross-legged. Take the knees and the feet a little bit wider so your glutes fit between your heels. And inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And we're going to breathe in for 3, hold for 3, out for 3, pause for 3, inhale for 3. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 2, 3, and exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause, 1, 2, 3, inhale for 3, 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, and pause, 1, 2, 3, inhale for 3, 1, 2, 3, hold for 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, and pause, 1, 2, 3, inhale, 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3. Basket weave the hands, push the hands away, inhale, bring your head up to follow your hands, and exhale, bring the hands back down. Inhale, using your gaze on the back of your knuckles, inhale. And exhale. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, release the hands, take the elbows out, cactus the elbows. Try and feel those shoulder blades falling down, trying to meet across the spine. Take the hands behind you, basket weave the hands again and push the hands away. Bring the hands up onto the right hip. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder, and 3 small circles. Just imagine having a pen or a pencil tied to your nose, and you're just making some small circles. Once in one direction, now in the other. Good. Push the hands away, swap the thumbs so the left thumb is on the top. And bring the hands up to the left hip. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. 3 circles in one direction. And 3 circles in the other. And release. Take the hands behind you. Lift up the pelvis. Inhale. And exhale, come all the way down. Bring your hands on all fours. And cat-cow, exhale. Breathing through the back. See if you can get your breath a little bit lower down to the bottom part of your rib cage and into your hips. And inhale, lift the head up. Curling the spine, reversing. Exhale, curling everything down and under. Inhale, bringing the head up. Exhale, curling everything down and under. Inhale, all the way back up. Just breathe normally. Now just find some space within your shoulders. A few rotations over the wrists, over the elbows. One direction, then the other. Have a bit of freedom. See what you can feel. See what you can sense. Now reverse the hands. And take your weight and your hips backwards and let the front of the hands lift. Back over the wrists. Now take the weight back down. And taking the weight forward. And leaning back. Reverse the hands. Place them the right direction. In fact, let's bring the hands into a reverse. A left hand is reversed. So you've got the back of your hand on the mat. And now create a fist with that left hand. 3 of these. 1, 2, and 3. Left hand down, right back of hand goes down onto the mat, and turn your hand into a fist. 1, 2, and 3. And come up into downward dog. Take a few steps in downward dog, almost walking your dog. And come into a comfortable downward dog. Slight bend in the knees. And just find some bouncing here. Expanding through the rib cage. Through the back of the shoulders. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your left hand and take your left hand to your right calf. And release. Right hand to the left calf. And release. Chin on the chest, roll through vertebrae by vertebrae into plank. Bending the knees, taking the hips back, chin on the chest, rolling through all the way into plank. Almost peer over the top of your mat. Bend the knees, taking the hips back, chin on the chest, rolling through vertebrae by vertebrae. Taking the hips back, bending the knees, rolling through vertebrae by vertebrae. One more time, taking the hips back and rolling through. And lower all the way down to your mat. Take the hands to the corners of the mat, chin on the chest, feet together. And again, trying to sense each segment of the spine, just articulating Finding space. Maybe finding some tightness. For me, my back's always a little bit tight in the morning. Chin on the chest. Rolling through. And come down. Taking the hands to the side and lift up into locust. Come back down. One more locust to lift up. Maybe it's a little bit higher than the previous one. And come back down. Back up into locust. Place your hands down on the mat. Back into our downward dog. And right leg lifts. Keep the knee bent. Make 3 circles with that knee in one direction, 2, 3, and in the opposite direction, 1, 2, 3. Lift the right leg up to the sky and take the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Drop the left knee and the right hand lifts up to the sky. Bring the right hand down, extend through that right leg into an extended pyramid. Rebend the right leg, left foot finds the outside of the left, and into our active squat. Push through the mat, hands to the heart. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, take the hands all the way down. Inhale here. Right foot to the back of the mat, left foot to the back of the mat. Back into downward dog. Left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee. 3 circles with the left knee. 1, 2, 3, and reverse. 1, 2, and 3. Take the left leg up to the sky and left foot to the outside of the left. Drop the right knee, left hand up to the sky. Just try and extend your hand a little higher. Maybe just try twisting as if you're screwing in a light bulb, and just see if there's any sensations in that fascia that wraps around every muscle. Left hand down, extend through the left leg into our extended pyramid. Rebend the left leg, right foot to the outside of the right, into active squat. Push into standing, hands to the heart. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, take the hands all the way down to the mat. Inhale here. Take the right foot back, left foot back, and a full press up. Drop the knees, drop the elbows, roll all the way through into upward dog. First upward dog of the day for me is always a little tight. Right leg up to the sky, take the right foot to the outside of the right, left foot to the outside of the left, into active squat. Coming through, hands to the heart. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, taking the hands all the way down to the mat. Inhale, right foot back, left foot back, downward dog. Left leg up to the sky, left leg to the outside of the left, right foot to the outside of the right. Active squat. Hands to the heart. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale all the way down. Inhale here. Right foot to the back, left foot to the back, downward dog. Left leg up to the sky, left foot to the outside of the left, right foot to the outside of the right. Active squat. Pushing through, hands to the heart. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale. Taking the hands all the way down to the mat. Inhale here. Left foot to the back, right foot to the back, full press up. Drop the knees, drop the elbows, rolling through into upper dog. And back into downward dog. Right leg up to the sky, right leg to the outside of the right, left foot to the outside of the left. Active squat. Pushing through, hands to the heart. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale. Hands all the way down to the mat. Inhale here. Right foot to the back, left foot to the back, downward dog. Left leg up to the sky, left foot to the outside of the left. Right foot to the outside of the right, active squat. Coming through into standing. Taking the hands up to the sky. Hands all the way down to the mat. Inhale here. And right foot to the back, left foot to the back, full press up. Drop the knees, drop the elbows, roll all the way through into upper dog. And back into downward dog. Right leg up to the sky. Take the right foot in between the two hands this time. Dropping the left knee. Bringing the hands up to the sky. Now release the left hand and let the left hand chase that left heel. Maybe it finds it, maybe it doesn't. Just extend through the right side of the body. It also plays a little bit into balance. Roll over the toes, extend through the toes and straighten through the left leg. We now want to rotate the hips. So the pelvis is now facing forwards, extending through the arms. And now we have that sensation of straightening through the left leg. Bring the hands to the heart. Lean over the right leg. Bent knee warrior. Got a big drop down the sides. Getting a bit worried. Bent knee warrior. Straighten through that right leg. Lift the left leg maybe a little higher. Taking the hands forwards as we counterbalance, dropping the back foot to the back of the mat, hands to the back of the skull. And inhale. Taking your hands and your tension behind. Bring the hands down to the mat. Right foot up to the sky. And roll all the way through into upper dog. Back into downward dog. Left leg up to the sky. Left leg in between the two hands. Dropping the right knee. Bringing the hands up into a Chandrasana. Now take the right hand and let the right hand find the right heel. Opening up through the left side. And just see what you feel. We all have different levels of flexibility, levels of strength. Now take the hands back up, curling over the toes, and coming up into bent knee lunge. Tilting that pelvis, curling the pelvis under. You want to tuck the pelvis under. facing forward. Now straighten through that right leg. Hands to the heart, lean over the left leg, bent knee warrior. Now straighten through that left leg, lifting the right a little bit higher. Counterbalance, taking the hands forward, back foot finding the back of the mat, hands to the back of the skull. Inhale, pushing and finding the space behind. Hands come down to the mat. Left leg up to the sky, rolling through into upward dog. Back into downward dog. Right leg up to the sky. Right leg in between the two hands. Dropping the left knee. Coming up, both hands. Windmill the left hand, finding the left heel. Extending through the right. Bringing both hands up to the sky, rolling over the back foot, now tilting the pelvis, facing forwards, hands to the heart, lean over the right leg, bent knee warrior, straighten through the right, lifting the left leg a little bit higher, taking the hands forward, back foot finding the back of the mat, hands to the back of the skull. Inhale, pushing the space away behind. In fact, put the hands into prayer position and bring the hands to the back of your shoulder blades. See if you can find a tightness. And now lifting up the chest. Now lifting the hands and pushing away. Maybe by doing that you find a little bit of extra space. Hands down to the mat. Whew. Right leg up to the sky. Rolling all the way through into upward dog. Back into downward dog. Left leg up to the sky. Left leg in between the two hands. Dropping the right knee. Both hands come up. Right hand finds the right heel. Left hand lifts. So on this side I feel a lot more tightness along this left side. But it feels good. Bringing both hands up to the sky. Curling over the toes, straightening through the right leg, tilting the pelvis. Now straightening through the right, hands to the heart, lean over the left. Straighten through the left leg, lifting the right a little bit higher. Counterbalance, taking the hands forward, back foot finds the back of the mat, hands to the back of the skull. And like we did before, bring the elbows together and drop the hands down your spine. And now push away. Both hands find the mat. Left leg up to the sky. And roll through into upward dog. And back into downward dog. Right leg up to the sky. Right leg in between the two hands. Double bent knee lunge. Dropping the left knee. Let the left hand chase the left heel. Right hand up and back. Maybe, like me, I'm feeling a little bit more space. Bring the left hand parallel with the right. Straighten through the leg. Now tilt the pelvis. Now try and lengthen that left leg a little bit more. Hands to the heart, lean over the right leg. Bent knee warrior. Straighten through that right leg. Hands go forward, back foot finds the back of the mat, hands to the back of the skull. Take the elbows and the palms to the back of your spine, and now push the space away behind from here. Taking the hands down to the mat. Right leg up to the sky. Rolling all the way through into upper dog. Back into downward dog. Left leg up to the sky. Left leg in between the two hands into a double bent knee lunge. Dropping the right knee. Let the right hand chase the right heel. Extending through the left. See if you can take your pelvis a little bit more forward. Bringing the right hand equal distance to the left. Pushing through into a double bent knee lunge. Tilting the pelvis, straightening through the right. Hands to the heart, lean over the left. Bent knee warrior. Straighten through that left leg, lifting the right leg a little bit higher. Taking the hands forward as the back foot finds the back of the mat, hands to the back of the skull. Take the elbows and push the hands down your spine. Lift up the heart. And now push the space away behind. Exhale, take the hands down to the mat. Left leg up to the sky. Rolling all the way through into upper dog. And back into downward dog. Take a few steps here. And now bring the hands and the feet together. Walk the hands towards the feet, sinking down. Whew. Grabbing hold of the elbows. And maybe you just want to do a few little bounces towards the left. And a few little bounces towards the right. Taking the hands down to the mat. Sinking the knees. Lifting the hands. Soft camel. Oh. Taking the hands down to the mat. Pushing through into a forward bend. Taking the hands forwards, dropping the knees, lifting the hands into camel. Taking the hands, pushing through the feet into a forward bend. Taking the hands down to the mat, knees to the mat, soft camel. Taking the hands to the mat, pushing through, forward bend. Take a couple of steps into the middle of the mat. And now take the right foot to the back, dropping the right knee. Place the right hand down on the mat, curling up the back foot. Pick up this right foot. I always get a little bit confused between left and right. I have to think for a moment. And draw that heel into the right butt. If you want a little bit more sensation, maybe come down onto your elbow. Slowly release that left foot. If we spring it straight back, the muscles will just spring back to where they were. If we do it with grace, then we may be able to create a little bit extra range. Taking the hips back, we're going to roll over and take our heads down towards the left foot, curling the toes up towards the face. And have this See if you can feel this sensation of drawing that left hip into its socket. So sucking in and pulling. It's almost as if my left heel is dragging ever so slightly on that mat. Rebend the left into Chandrasana, so the top of the foot pushes down, push through and coming up, kicking into the floor. Slowly releasing, extending the left foot a little bit further, and now into our version of splits. So I'm going to lift myself up and take my right knee a little bit further back. Rebend the left knee into half moon. The right foot finds the left. Circle chair, rolling through vertebrae by vertebrae into standing, sinking back down, grabbing hold of the elbows and rolling through, coming up to standing, sinking down, rolling through, and this time sinking down. The left foot goes to the back of the mat, dropping the left knee, drawing the left heel into, ow, big pebble here. Draw the left heel into the left butt. Again, if you want a little bit more sensation, drop down onto the elbows. And slowly release and let that back foot find the mat before pushing yourself up, taking your hips back behind you and folding over the right leg, curling up the toes. Rebend the right. Top of the left foot pushes down on the mat. Coming into our Chandrasana for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking the hands down, dropping the knee, extending the right foot, bringing the left knee back into our version of splits. I haven't got any blocks, but if you've got some blocks, it's a good idea to be a little bit more upright in this position, but my blocks are at home. So I'm up onto my fingertips. And come out whichever way you can. and straight into half moon. Left foot finds the right, bending the knees, rolling through vertebrae by vertebrae, back into standing. Sinking down, grabbing hold of the elbows, little bounce, rolling through. Final time. Coming down, rolling through vertebrae by vertebrae. Lift up the shoulders and let the shoulders fall behind. Okay, take the left foot to the back of the mat. Rotate the back foot. Right foot faces forwards. Sink the hips down. Put some weight on that back edge of that left foot, extending through the arms. And we're holding this for 8 breaths. 7. Maybe play around with fascia. So if we rotate our left hand, have that facing up to the sky and the left hand facing down, and now switch. Maybe you feel some sensations. Maybe you don't. Maybe you are all free. Make sure you have some weight. Remember, we have arches of our feet, so just be aware of those too. Lift up all the toes and slowly let them all fall back down. And get ready for a big transition. So the left hand is coming down to the mat. Rotate the back foot. The right foot is coming up and into our version of side plank. Now we can be here for 8 breaths. Or if you want to, take the hips low and down and propel yourself forward into Wild Thing. Rebend the knees, sinking the hips back down. Draw the right knee into the chest. We're going to bring it right up to the top. Rotate the left foot. Right hand extends in front of the right. Left arm comes up and over. Now lift the right hand, both arms extend. Push through the right. Left hand finds that little shelf just above the sacrum. Lift the right hand up. Windmill the hands into Trikonasana. Taking the hands down to the mat. Right leg lifts up to the sky. Taking the right knee to the right elbow. For Kundinasana 2. Big inhale. As we exhale, start taking your head forward. It's moving your weight. Remember, it's all about balance, not strength. So taking your elbows low, making a shelf, taking your head forward and lift. Bring the feet to the back, full press up. Drop the knees, drop the elbows, and roll all the way through into upward dog. Back into downward dog. Left leg up to the sky, left leg in between the two hands. Into warrior two. Ooh. Just had a bit of vertigo, I think, looking down at this drop. So put some weight on that back edge of the right foot, lifting up all the toes, slowly dropping toe by toe, working on creating more of those arches of the feet. Left hand up, right hand down, and rotate. Does it feel different than the other side? Maybe. Now both hands down, facing forwards. They have dristi, so gaze should be at the middle finger of the left hand. And just ensure that your torso is sitting on top of your pelvis. I know it sounds silly, but you see lots of people like this, but what you want to do is kind of really make a stable spot for your torso and your head to sit. Taking the right hand down, big transition, drawing the left knee into the chest as we come into side plank, or taking the left foot behind us, taking our hips down and low, and taking our weight forward. The wild thing. Bend the knees, draw the left knee into the chest as we take the left foot forward, right foot rotates, left hand extends in front of the left foot, right hand comes up and over. Last 4 breaths, extend both arms forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, pushing through that left leg, finding that shelf, left hand comes up. Windmill the hands into Trikonasana. Taking the hands behind the heels, left foot up to the sky. It's quite a short downward dog because we're going to transition into the arm balance. Taking the feet back, full press up, drop the knees, roll all the way through into upward dog, and back into downward dog. Okay, bring the left hand up, time for some balancing. Put your weight onto your right leg, picking up your left foot, right hand up to the sky. And as we exhale, start leveraging your weight forward, lifting your left leg high. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back down. Shake off left and right. Taking your weight now into your left leg. Right hand facing up. We want to hook the foot under. In Bikram, they make this big thing about this, saying that you've got money in your hand and you don't want to drop the money, but you really want to be able to You see lots of people doing this and holding the foot like this. We don't want this. We want the hand on the inside. So hook the right hand under the right foot, lifting the left hand up to the sky. Big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to extend. Oh, I've got some tightness in that right. Draw everything back into center. Up onto our tiptoes, sinking down into a squat. Now drop our heels into our yogi squat, lifting up our heels again and dropping our knees. And into camel. Lifting our knees, dropping our heels, lifting our heels, dropping our knees, back into camel. Lifting the knees, dropping our heels, lifting our heels, dropping our knees, and into camel. Come down, roll over onto our backs. Into 3 versions of back bends, or wheel, or front openers. I always talk about back bending, but it's not necessarily back bending, it's more about opening up the front of the body as opposed to tightening everything in the back. So even though we're bending the spine, we're opening the front. So when you're ready, get your hands ready. Coming up. Come back down. I really should start practicing my yoga first thing in the morning. I tend to do it when everything is a little bit more loose. But what a great way to start the day. Ready for round 2. Taking the hands, ready for round 2 of back bends, front openers, whatever you want to call them. Final back bend of the day, maybe, unless you're going to be practicing some more a little later. Pushing through, lifting, dropping the heels. And coming back down. Draw the knees into the chest, nice and gently, giving yourself a hug. extend the left leg, right leg up to the sky, and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw the knees in, left leg up to the sky, right leg out at 20 degrees, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, take them out in front of you. Place your hands underneath your hips, your pelvis. Straighten the legs. We're just going to do some paddles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull the knees in, extend the left leg, basket weave the hands, push that right leg away as you draw that right knee in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap it around, left knee in, right leg extends, basket weave the hands, push that knee away for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the knees in, giving yourself a hug. Extending the right leg, drawing that left knee up towards your right shoulder as we extend it over to the right side. Left hand extends over the left side, and so does your gaze. Really working on the fascia. And just try to surrender. Now drawing that left knee back into the chest. And now pull the right knee into your chest. Left leg extends. And draw that left knee over to, the right knee over to your left shoulder, and find a space for it to fall. The right hand extends over to the right side, so does your gaze. And now come back into center, taking your feet to the corners of the mat. And I think I'm just in time, a spot of sunbathing. So lift those hands up towards the sky. Just let the heels and the feet drop to the sides. And just find some relaxation in the heels, behind the knees, in the back of the thighs, and your glutes, and the base of your spine. In the middle of your spine, and now your shoulders. And let the elbows just drop, and the back of the hands relax. Now let the muscles of the neck and your whole head relax. We spend so much time supporting our head. Humans are actually born with just one fear, and that fear is the fear of falling and hitting our head. So let it fall. Just let go. Big inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And just find yourself sinking a little deeper. And just allow yourself to surrender. This feeling of peace, feeling safe, feeling positive. Feeling happiness. And feeling bliss. And gratitude. And self-love. You've just put yourself through some paces. And by exercising, our body understands that we want to live for longer. We want to keep our heart beating and our breath and our body strong. And just now begin to focus in between the two eyes. Here we have the pineal gland. It's about the size of a grain of rice. And it too has sensors that pick up light. This works on our circadian rhythm, releasing melatonin, our sleep regulator. And now just let the area between your two eyes just fill with a red, warm, healing light. And let that fill your brain with light. Down the back of the ears, down into the neck, the top of the shoulders, and let it fill the arms when it reaches the fingertips, let it move back up, back to the spine. And now fill the spine with this red healing light. And take this light all the way down to your pelvis. And let this light fill the whole cavity there. Feel it below your belly button, into the psoas muscles, the iliacus, the hip flexors. Now into the legs, into the thighs, down to the knees, down the calves, into the ankles and up to the toes. And from the toes, we're going to bring the light all the way up to the top of the head, through the knees, through the pelvis, through the spine, through the neck, right up to the crown chakra. And now move it all the way down again, through the neck, through the spine, through the shoulder blades, through the pelvis, through the back of the knees, through to the heels, through to the toes. And toes, heels, back of knees, pelvis, spine, neck, top of the head. Top of the head, down to the spine, down to the kneecaps, down to the heels, down to the toes. Toes, knees, pelvis, shoulders, head. And head, shoulders, pelvis, heels, toes. And just let your whole body just feel the light, feel the glow. Fixing everything. Big inhale through the nose. And exhale everything that you need to get rid of out. Inhale again. Any emotions that are stuck, just let them go. Inhale through the nose. And this time, any self-doubt, just let that go. Take a moment to gather yourself. But when you're ready, you roll over onto one side. And again, when you're ready, push yourself up into seated. Thank you for joining me today, and see you soon.